Hey, how's it going? Today we're doing a quick evaluation of ON1 and their new AI removal tool. We're going to go over a photo that I have previously edited in Lightroom where I did remove a branch with Photoshop's AI, generative AI, and we're going to see how ON1 can compare both with the local generation and with the Stability AI add-on, I guess it is, or partnership. So we're going to jump right into it and let's get to it. So this is the image that we're going to look at today. You can see there's this branch right here, and I removed it from the left image, and you can see the results on the right using Photoshop Generative AI. You can see if you look really hard, you can kind of see where it went. So right along here, but from afar you'll never tell. And even if we just look at this photo by itself, you can barely tell at 50% here, 100%. You can kind of tell, you can kind of see it right along there. But I would consider this a really good result from Photoshop. And now let's see how Lightroom stacks up. So we're going to be using the raw image and not going to worry about any of the editing here. We're just simply evaluating the generative AI. So first we'll check out the local mode that they offer. So you can see here in the gear, you can have local gen AI or stability AI. We're going to go with the local gen, and we're just going to simply drag our mouse along this branch. We'll get any other branches that we need to, but really we just kind of want to clean up the eye, the face of the bird. And then I'm just going to go and kind of quickly remove anything that I feel might be a bit too much. And we're going to hit generate, and we'll see what result we get. So you can see it did actually a really good job here. It was probably one of the best results I've seen. But if we compare this to, no, not crop. If we compare this to Photoshop's, so if we look at these results, we can see that there's quite a bit more detail in the white feathers on the head of the bald eagle here. But still, from afar, it's a really good result. And if we open up this photo again and just kind of toggle back and forth here and see what it did, you can see it edited outside of our outside of the stick there. So what we can do is open up a mask, and this will just be a really quick job. And we're just gonna mask back in our original. So you can see here we are able to resolve some of the detail back. But obviously there's that big streak, which is really noticeable. And you can even see it from here. But in certain situations, I do feel like that could help. And I feel like if you were to work with this image a bit more, you might be able to get something a bit better. But if we just go back to what we had, I don't think that's a bad result. And like I said, you can kind of clean this up and get a little bit more detail where you can, and then work it a bit harder. But from ignoring the mask from afar, it's not as good as Photoshop's option, but it is still a really good result. Now something I want to try is Stability AI's version of this. So what Stability AI is, so if we go and open up our default image again, our raw image here, and we're going to open it up and open up the AI generative erase, you can see we have a option to go to Stability AI in the top corner here. We're going to click that, and I've never tried this before. So you just create an account with Stability AI with their developer platform. And then you can go to your account and you'll see an API key here. And then you can copy it to your clipboard and paste it in right there. Now, supposedly, if I'm going to be a bit more careful because there are credits associated to Stability AI. So you get 25, I believe, for free, and each photo takes about 3 to 4 credits. And I believe a credit is 1 cent, so it's not that expensive. You could spend $10 And as long as you're not someone that would want to use AI removed that often, I could see that being a really good option for you. All right. So I went and got a little bit closer this time, but you know, I'm gonna use these credits as best as I can, and let's just see what ON1 is able to do using Stability AI. All right, so you can see Stability AI ran, and it looks considerably better, especially in the white hair here on the bird. Let's go and compare it to our other versions. Okay, so on the left is the local gen, on the right is Stability AI. And you can see that the Stability AI definitely keeps the hair going in the direction that it's already going. It introduced this new branch here that could just be part of my masking. But if we zoom out at these images, here it looks like, the bird's or the eagle's hair is soft, where here it looks a lot sharper and better. And if we go and look at these by themselves, looking at this by itself and just kind of swapping back between the two, so this is Stability AI, and then this is the local gen. You can see the Stability AI definitely does better over the whole image, even in the bottom parts, bottom left corner there, right around here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And I've found that with the local gen, it just introduces random items like frisbees I've seen. And the Stability AI definitely looks a lot better and is worth the use in certain situations, I would say. So let's talk about Stability AI and the costs associated with that. One credit is equal to 1 cent. And knowing that, and so you can see here that that one image I started at 25 credits. I now have 22, so I used the credits. So that cost me 3 cents essentially. If I were to buy $10 worth, that's 1,000 credits. That gives me about 300 generations. I think that's a pretty reasonable price. And I'm glad that ON1 didn't screw us and give us some outrageous pricing, or force us into some outrageous pricing with the use of their generative remove. And I can definitely see there is a use for it, and it is a lot better than the local gen. It is a little frustrating that it's not just baked in, and I wish there was an option to just run Stability AI locally. But I'm sure there's a whole mess of problems that are outside the scope of this video with doing that, or pointing it to our own AI generation tool, and pointing it to whoever you want to, and not just Stability AI. But we can ask for that in the future. That being said, I would say if we compare the Stability AI, to the Photoshop generative AI, I would say they're very comparable. Obviously, we're not going to get the exact results here, and I kind of, probably retried this one a couple times, and probably could retry this one to get results that I'm looking for. But I would call them, very much in line, and I don't see the need for them to be not seen as on the same level. Granted, this is an older version of Adobe's generative AI. This was ran in probably the January or February of 2024. Who knows right now? But from what I'm seeing in front of me and what I've seen from Adobe and from now ON1 and Stability AI, I would say that Stability AI will definitely get the job done for you in what you need. It delivers on being an upgrade from the local Gen AI. I hope you guys found this informative, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.